Thank you for joining us. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Terry Brewer. It may be hard to believe, but some people have already demolished and rebuilt their homes after the April 27th storms.
One of those people is former Tuscaloosa Mayor Al DuPont. Today is move-in day for the former mayor. WVUA reporter Bradley Whittington takes you along with the former mayor in our top story.
It's a process many people in Tuscaloosa are going through, rebuilding what was lost on April 27th. Former Tuscaloosa Mayor Al DuPont has rebuilt from the ground up in the Cedar Crest neighborhood.
Last night I thought about it and it felt real good, and I'm going to spend the first night tonight here and be my first night in my new home.
DuPont says the entire process wouldn't have been possible without friends like Frank Chandler. Chandler says he's glad to lend a helping hand.
We've had a good time. Al told me yesterday, he said Frank said, I've had a good time this summer.
They've had such a good time. In fact, they've posted video of the rebuilding on YouTube, and they never forgot to take a break, especially for lunch.
Everybody gets them a chicken salad sandwich and a soup, and he really likes the gumbo down at Jason's thing. And he found out, I told him, I said, you can get an ice cream cone too, Mayor. And so he found out, so we get us ice cream cone every day. So it's been a good fellowship working here together, getting his house built.
Despite the good times, DuPont says it's still not the same without a certain someone.
My wife died a year and a half ago, and we were married 64 years, and all I wish that she'd been here to see this, because she was always wanting a little bit more cabinet space in the kitchen and all.
Al DuPont is taking his memories with him as he becomes a part of Tuscaloosa's future. He's now the first person to rebuild and move into a new home in Cedar Crest. Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Bradley Whittington, WVUA News.
Well, former Mayor Al DuPont has lived in Cedar Crest for 61 years, and here's no surprise. For those of you who know Al DuPont, he says he plans on throwing a housewarming party when the weather gets a little cooler.
Leaders in Tuscaloosa see the destruction created by the April 27th storms as an opportunity to rebuild an updated community. As part of Tuscaloosa's proposed rebuilding plan, certain types of businesses may be banned from setting up shop in damaged areas for good. That includes pawn shops, car washes, auto repair shops, lumber stores, and others. Mayor Maddox and City Council members say they want to set high standards for the city. The plan will be perfected further, and it focuses on the Rosedale area, Alberta, and 15th Street. By expanding existing riverfront and downtown codes to these areas, City Council members say this gives business owners a chance to rebuild, but they must rebuild following a different set of rules, and not everyone is sold on the idea.
Yeah, what they going to do? Extend it all the way out to city limits, just keep going and pushing all the automotive repair places out of town and all the pawn shops out of town, and you know, I can see some of the adult stuff maybe not being in there. I agree with that part of it, but you know, there's some of the businesses that there's nothing wrong with them being there.
We probably have frustrated some people that were located there, but we're going to do all that we can with our Office of Economic Development and Planning to help those businesses find a place close by to operate.
Next week's City Council meeting will include a map that further illustrates the areas most affected. The city will also work on details defining just who and how many this new plan will affect.
On your Home Team Crime Watch, updates on several Tuscaloosa County robberies. Tuscaloosa police are still looking for two people who robbed the Jack's restaurant on Hackberry Lane. Tuscaloosa police responded to that robbery just before 8 o'clock Tuesday night. TPD says two suspects went into the store. They were both armed. One had a long gun, the other had a large knife. Tuscaloosa police say the suspects took an undisclosed amount of money from the registers, then left on foot. No one was hurt. Criminal investigators are now working on this investigation. If you have information, call 205-752-STOP. That's 205-752-7867.
Investigators are still searching for the person responsible for a bank robbery Friday afternoon in Cottondale, who officers believe is likely the same person who robbed a Brookwood bank 2 weeks ago. Here are some surveillance images released by Tuscaloosa police from the Cottondale robbery at the Bank of Tuscaloosa on University Boulevard. Now take a look at these images and see if you recognize the suspect. Also, there's surveillance pictures from the Brookwood robbery that happened at the Regions Bank on Highway 216. It looks like a man, but investigators say in both cases it may be a woman with a drawn-on beard leaving in a maroon car. Now, if you have information on either case, you can call the FBI, Tuscaloosa Police at 205-349-2121, or you can make a confidential call to Crime Stoppers. That number is 205-752-STOP.
Things are not looking too good on Wall Street today. Stock prices plummeted today during a massive sell-off. At last check, the Dow was down dangerously close to 500 points. The market's down at least 1,200 points at July 21st. Financial experts saying investors are increasingly concerned about the possibility of another recession in the U.S. and a debt crisis in Europe.
We have some good news to bring you about a Tuscaloosa County organization who was the victim of theft earlier this week. On Tuesday, someone took nearly $300 worth of aluminum cans from the Eagles Wings facility in Northport. Eagles Wings is an organization for adults with disabilities. The cans had been donated and recycled by clients of the organization to make money. Now residents have been generously donating money and their cans to the organization. Officials with Eagles Wings say they're excited about the outpouring of help the community has given them. If you want more information on how you can donate cans to Eagles Wings, you can find a link to their website on our website, WVUATV.com. Just click numbers and links.
When you go to the mailbox this week, you may open to a big surprise. Alabama football season less than a month away, and tickets are already starting to arrive. The Alabama Crimson Tide will take the field against the Kent State Golden Flashes. That's September 4th. Single game tickets are still available to the public through the University of Alabama's ticket office. Officials say Vanderbilt is the only game that is sold out. To purchase tickets, you can call the ticket office, 205-348-BAMA. Well, it is that time of year again.
And with school starting back in less than a week, this weekend brings in tax-free weekend. All across the state, various cities and counties are participating in the annual sales tax holiday. Items like school supplies and computers will be free of state sales and use taxes. Now, even if you don't need school supplies, there are other things that are tax-free too, like clothing, shoes, and computer printers. Beginning on Friday at 12:01 a.m. and going through midnight on Sunday, Tuscaloosa, Bibb, Greene, Sumter, Fayette, and Lamar counties are all participating in the tax-free weekend.